Hermeticism. If you've been in spirituality, you may have heard of Hermeticism, an ancient teaching that maybe preceded even many religions, and has occult knowledge that was hidden from mankind for thousands of years up until now. Today I'm going to share with you a method that I don't think anybody has talked about on how to manifest all your desires, anything you want, in a very practical, sensible way that you'll be able to walk away after this video and apply these things to your life and create real change. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. First of all, I'm going to share this with you, a little chart that I drew up. Don't worry if you can't see this. This is for me to guide you through this lesson. We're going to be learning how to manifest with the causal plane, the laws of cause and effect, and the generative principle. We're going to talk about what these things are. So you want to stay to the end of the video where you'll actually be able to get some actionable advice on what you can do to turn your life around and get the things that you have always desired. So first of all, let's talk about what this is. So there's many planes of existence, okay? We live in the physical plane, 3D reality. Above us are many different levels that we can access, kind of like rungs on a ladder. Consciousness works like rungs on a ladder. And you can move from one rung to the next to the next. But I'm going to give you a hack where you can actually bypass some rungs and get the exact things that you need in life. So the causal plane. What is the causal plane? This is where cause originates. This is where thought forms turn into reality. This is where, for example, the original thoughts about a seafaring ship that would be the largest in the world would then manifest as the Titanic. This is where the thought of someone being uncomfortable sitting on the ground, realizing that they could create a platform with 4 legs so they could sit comfortably, would manifest in a chair. You see, any thought form in your life can and has the ability to travel from the causal plane down to the plane of effects. And what we don't realize moving through everyday life, most of us, even me included a couple years ago, I thought this was me right here. This guy, sad face. And I thought things happened to me. It was a victim mentality. I was frustrated. I was dwelling in low vibe emotions because I didn't understand how any of this worked. I just realized, well, things always happen to me. And there's an air of confusion. I drew some arrows around there. There's an air of confusion around you. And it can be very frustrating walking through life this way. You know, not knowing why relationships aren't working out. Not knowing why you work hard and you're loyal, but you don't get the raises you desire. You don't get the business results that you desire. And so we're talking about here an individual who just lives under the plane of effects, not realizing their actions have direct results of their life, right? This is the principle of karma. And you'll notice as we go through these lessons on this channel, subscribe so you can actually see how these things all link together. But even the laws of karma actually connect with what I'm about to explain here. Think of a karmic bank account that I talked about in another video. So Mr. Sad here is being affected by the plane of effects, right? Victim mentality, frustration, low vibe emotions, repeating this negative cycle over and over and over again. How do we change that, right? Look at this gentleman over here on this side. What is he doing? He's projecting focused thoughts right to the causal plane, realizing that he is the creator. You see, my friend, the divine spark is within you. And within each of us is the ability to be a creator. Right? Mankind was created in God's image. God, or source, whatever you prefer, being the original creator of everything around us. And we have the ability to create just as he did. And we have the ability to create things just as he did, as great as he did, or she did. So, what does it take to manifest things directly from the causal plane that will then have effects, right? The causal plane and the plane of effects are linked, and they communicate with each other, right? Cause and effect. We always talk about cause and effect, but we don't link the two, right? So the causal plane can have effect on the plane of effects, and when you direct your thoughts directly to the causal plane, you will have clear direction and clear movement in your life towards the things you desire. But what does it take? It takes willpower. Will is the essence of every man and woman on this earth. The will to live. You wake up every morning, every action you take has will in it, and there's different degrees of will. You have the will to live. You have the will to eat. Do you have the will to not watch TV and work on your business instead? That's a little bit more challenging, if you perceive it to be challenging, right? The next one here is intention. So with the willpower comes intention. Intention, right? Think about what that word means. Intention. So you're in the tension of creating something. You know, creating something takes effort, and there is tension there. You're sometimes even moving up against forces of yourself, your ego, right? Your ego self-preservation mechanism that's holding you back, or trying to hold you back from doing this, from accessing the causal plane. You can even put the ego right here, right? The ego is right here and sometimes gets in the way of these. But the clarity and desire and your willpower to have focused thoughts directed to the causal plane, realizing that you are the creator and setting the intention on the things that you desire will result in you having the guidance, will result in you having the inspiration, will result in you having the support and the resources showing up in your life. And you'll be so amazed that the way that these resources show up. Don't really even think about it. All you need to focus on is focusing your thoughts with clarity. Clarity. Everything responds to clarity. Feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard, our man Neville Goddard, talks about this. How the feeling as if you already have the thing is the most powerful way to gain this clarity and intention and willpower that you need, right? Because if you're thinking, for example, in the shoes of someone that makes 10K a month in their business, you're going to wake up, behave, and act in alignment with that. Which brings me to the forgotten principle that wasn't talked about for thousands of years, that's been hidden from many religions, that's been hidden from us in plain sight. Things that we maybe even reiterate all the time but don't consciously think about. And this is the generative principle. This is a Hermetic teaching that was actually forgotten for hundreds, if not thousands of years and hidden from us. But it links everything together, my friend. Just hang with me here. We're going to talk about this. The generative principle is when your thoughts, your words, your feelings, and actions all become aligned. All of those things have to be aligned. So right now we're talking about focused thoughts, right? Once you put your thought form out into the causal plane, you will start getting guidance. You see your higher guides, spirits, people who are here to guide you in other realms. They will see when you're putting focused thoughts out there. They will feel this. And you will get intuitive downloads. You will get guidance. But it's sort of like sometimes, especially if you're drowning in the ego and you're drowning in the overstimulation of society, this can sound like a whisper at a rock concert. So what do? You have to sit in stillness. You have to meditate at least, once a day. Just sit in stillness. You don't have to do anything, really. There's so many meditations that tell you close your eyes, do breathing, imagine this color, do that. Those can be effective. But if you just sit in stillness and do nothing and look at your thoughts, observe them and let them go, until you reach that stillness and silence, you'll be taken by cosmic thought to get all these things that you need, these downloads of information for you to keep moving forward. Because these higher beings can already see your path of where you're going. So your thoughts have to be aligned. Your words, why do they call it spelling? Because words are spells. it's even been talked about in biblical text that you speak things into existence. If you say, I'm lazy, your thoughts and actions are going to reflect that. So be careful how you're speaking of yourself. Even words like just, or, these little filler words sometimes that we use as part of our natural language. Should is another one that incites shame. I should do that. You're shaming yourself. There's certain words that you need to analyze in your vocabulary if they're conflicting with this cycle here and holding you back, right? I mean, so much of language is programmed into us because we learn it from a young age going through school. But if we're more aware of our words and our spelling, how we're saying things and speaking them into existence, we can use this to our advantage. We can start saying, I am running a business that's making 10K a month. Don't think and reinforce that you're not. Speak it into existence. There's this sort of imposter syndrome you might feel like, oh, I shouldn't be saying that because I'm not making 10K a month. Speak it into existence. Affirm with your friends and family of what you're doing, the things that you're hiding. This is something I struggled with for a very long time, talking about these spiritual topics, esoteric things that I have had a lifelong interest in. I didn't bother talking and sharing with friends and family, thinking that nobody else thinks this way. As soon as I started sharing this, and people started feeling inspired, I start to realize that this is something that maybe a lot of people think about. Maybe you have thought about for a long time, and you haven't wanted to share something, right? And so speak things into existence. Share things with other friends and family. Of course, maybe be careful. If it's someone you feel is going to cast doubt or judgment, maybe don't share it with them. But people who are open and willing to support you, they will continue to support you no matter what you say. I mean, that's something I've learned. But in saying that, you're going to reinforce where you're at right now, or where you're going. I mean, the feelings and actions. You must feel as if you already have the thing. Feeling is the secret. Remember, Neville Goddard. Feeling is the secret. Right in here, everything is controlled by heart fields. You see, our minds don't live up here. This is a radio receiver antenna. But when you hear someone say, this is who I am, or this is what I am, where do they point when they say I am? Do they point up here? No. Most people say, this is me. This is me. I am, right? They point to the center of their chest. That's because the heart field is who you are. The heart field knows at a soul level who you are and what you're meant to do here. So the feeling is the secret. Feel as if you are in line with your purpose. Feel as if the things that you're working towards are already in your life, and express gratitude for those things. I'm grateful. I've always wanted like a big diesel truck with a camper on it. That's something I desired for a long time. Every night when I go to bed, I say thank you. I thank God for the F-350 diesel truck with an amazing camper that I can take my family around and go camping with. I thank him for that because I know it's already here. It's already exists within my field. It hasn't shown up at my house yet, but we're taking the thoughts, putting them out there. What I need to do to get that. Taking the actions, how am I going to work and create the income to get something like that? And then we're aligning our feelings and our words with that. I talk about it, but not with so much of a wanting desire. You have to act as if you already have it. Actions. That's the last one here. It is so important in manifestation. And this is where I think a lot of people think manifestation is like this woo-woo, like BS thing. It is not only taking the thoughts and putting them out into the causal plane, but then taking the aligned actions to move towards where you want to get to. And when you get those inspired thoughts, don't drown them out. Write them down immediately. It's like a kite flying in the wind, coming down to you from the collective consciousness for you to use and utilize in your life. If you just think, oh, hey, that was a cool thought, and it goes away, you're going to forget it like it's a dream, and that could have been the greatest gift you could have received in your life. So just keep these things in mind, my friend. And I want to know, have you been manifesting things or moving towards your goals in a way we discussed in this video? We're going to be talking about all of this in depth in an upcoming 3-week free workshop that I'm holding for everyone who is subscribed to the YouTube channel. And it's a chance for us to get to know each other. It is also a chance for us to go deep on this knowledge and share with each other as we're on this path. So the class starts August 19th. If you want to get on board and get more details through email, I'll be sending an email out this Friday of everything you can expect. Link is down below. You just need to register with your name and your email, and I hope to see you there, my friend. With that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace out.